Yo, 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 what's happening? It's your boy Marlon Glanton, aka Wink to Dine. This is the Blowdown. New episode, new season, new me. You know what I'm saying? 2023. Right now, we're going to get into some little hip hop history for Cleveland. As you all know, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. And we have a long and illustrious career in hip hop. You might just think it's just Bone Thugs, but it's a little bit of everybody. It's a lot of artists and acts that have really contributed to this hip hop legacy. I consider myself a hip hop scholar, hip hop historian, so I'm gonna be breaking down a little of these classics and show you a little of the visuals along with it. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Struggling Souls, my boy Tyree. You know, Struggling Souls is a group from Cleveland. They went down to Atlanta, got a deal on Ichiban Records. Ichiban Records is the same record label that put out MC Breed, No Future in the Frontin'. They had an album called Manic Depressive Depression, and I got the album, but I couldn't find it, so I wanted to just still give them a shout out, you know. And same thing with MC Brains. As we know, MC Brains was like the first rap artist from Cleveland with a gold record, Lover's Lane, 1991. He signed with Michael Bivins, Belle Biv DeVoe. Uh, Interesting story about how he got signed. One of his homeboys was working at Denny's. Denny's is a local all-night restaurant we have here in Cleveland, and they gave him a call saying Michael Bivins with Biv 10 Records, Motown. He had Boys the Man, ABC, BBD, the East Coast Family, and he said they was up there chilling, eating. So he got up out the bed, woke up his mama at about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Now we all know how serious that is, waking up a black mama at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, knowing that they gotta go to work quite short the next day. But she took him up there, he rapped for him, and bam, got a record deal. Motown Lovers Lane. He had the hit Oochie Coochie, La La La, which was a hit. And so he also was on Ichiban Records for a short while. So salute to him. Some of the pioneers like DJ Johnny O. He's now heading the Nerve DJs Coalition. Uh, David Tolliver, he hosted the better known as Big Dave from Man at Large, the singing group produced by Gerald Levert. Once again, we're gonna give a shout out to Gerald Levert because he was putting it down. Bad Boy Style was like one of the first to have a collective group of artists from Man at Large, Rude Boys, and also doing a lot of writing and producing. Even formed his own group, Levert, the son of the OJs, Eddie Levert, and wrote kits for Barry White, himself, numerous people. And so we'll give a shout out to Gerald Levert, LSG, My Body All Over Your Body. See, this how far I go back. Cassette tapes. He formed with Keith Sweat, Johnny Gill, multi-platinum record, and so RP, shout out Gerald Levert. He was very instrumental in the Cleveland music scene. All right, first and foremost, before we get started, I want everybody to like your guy, subscribe, share, and we're gonna be doing this. And to get into it, first up the bat is a group that I consider like the NWA of the Midwest. They were like the ghetto boys of Cleveland, Brothers for the Struggle. They was moving like Major, Prat Attack, Johnny Paycheck. These guys was moving like major units independently. Uh, Great songs like Ready Rocks, Chop Chop, and Fuck Crime Stoppers. And this was the shit, especially back during my day because they are from my hood, EC, East Cleveland, Ohio, and they're very inspirational. My peoples knew them, and they were great rappers. Go back and research. The name of this album is Frantic in the Inner City Ghetto. Frantic in the Inner City Ghetto. Check it out. You know, some of this stuff is hard to find, so if you find it, jump on it. You're in for a treat because they really was talking about some real shit, on the street side, stuff that's going on today. Um, so check it out. They got some good songs. Before the Bell Rings was another classic. Let Go My Ego, My Nigga. Stuck on Stupid. Um, Can You Accept It? It was a Down in the Valley. Shout out to my Valley Low niggas. Y'all know what that's about. So yeah, salute to them. Brother for the Struggle, Johnny Paycheck, and the Prat Attack. All right. Before we get into the bone history, we're gonna get into some other local stuff. Because salute to Ray Cash. Ray Cash was on. He was on Columbia, Sony. He made a name and a name for himself. Ray Jr., Nosebleed. We have a illustrious history. Al Fats. That was a moment in time. Salute to them brothers out there for doing their thing. Chip the Ripper. Kid Cudi. As we know, Kid Cudi is multi-platinum, working with Kanye West, heavily into acting. So, shout out to them brothers. So I'm gonna focus on some other artists that probably didn't get enough shine. We have 116 Soldiers, 116th. They was on Mercury Records. I think they was messing with Jam Master Jay for a minute. Rest in peace to Jam Master Jay. He had Jam J Records over there at Def Jam. Met him a few times. Was a real good brother. We all know he put 50 Cent on, Onyx on. So the name of this song was All Day Every Day by 116th Soldiers. They made a little noise. Hey, back in the days, to get a major label record deal was, a big deal. So salute to them. Who else we got next? Okay, we could get into some bone stuff. Of course, this was their first album, Faces of Death, released Stony Brook Records. Shout out to Kermit. Kermit is another person very instrumental in Cleveland hip hop history. DRC, Dolls Rapid Creations. I was fortunate and blessed to live right on the corner, on the street where Dolls Rapid Creation was right on the corner of, and I went down there, met a lot of artists, got to know Kermit, and he mentored me and taught me a lot about the game. Shout out to Diego Black. K Chill was another artist that went through them, and he also made a lot of noise back in the day. And one of the discoveries was these guys here. Mind the Case is cracked. I'm showing you things records that's over 25 years, so they may be a little cracked. Faces of Death by Bone Enterprise. It wasn't Bone ThugsNHarmony back then. Flow Motion, Everyday Thing, which they remade to another song that was on the show soundtrack with Def Jam. Def Dick, Sons of Assassin, Number One Assassin, We Be Fiendin', Bless the 40 Ounce, you know, Gangster Attitude. So, and this album, like I said, was a local independent album released by Stony Brook. Another thing about Dawg's Rapid Creation was they was also a distributor. They distributed records out to a lot of the mom and pop stores in the Midwest. So after Bone hit, this album came out. Smart move. They put this album out again, and it went gold. You know, I don't know how Bone felt about that at the time, but you know, they re-released the album and it went gold. So, and you know the whole story about the infamous Eazy-E, and Bone went to Cali to fuck with him, and you know, calling every day, and they couldn't get up with him. Heard he had a show in Cleveland at the Agora, one-way bus tickets, rap for him backstage, and the rest was history. So they put out this multi-platinum album, actually EP, Creeping on the Come Up, Thuggish Ruggish Bone, For the Love of Money, all the hits that you guys love, No Surrender, Down for One Thing, of course, Creeping on the Come Up, you know, For the Love of Money, instrumental, For the Love of Money featuring Eazy-E. Went down to the video shoot, and it was crazy. It was crazy. It was first time a major video shoot was shot in Cleveland, and it was wild. You know, I think I don't know if anybody got shot, but I remember some gunfire ringing out. So, you know, they were doing a thing, and eventually they came back with the heavyweight banger, all-time classic, East 99th, featuring number one smash, Crossroad, East 99, Prepping We Came, Down 71, Mr. Bill Collection, Crossroads, Bud Smokers Only, Land of the Heartless. There was also a group called Land of the Heartless, LOH, from 10-5, 105, Buddha Lovers, Mr. Ouija, you know, instant classic, instant hit, you know. What more can I say about the super group who I label like the Temptations of Cleveland, David Ruffin, and Eddie Kendricks. These guys are like the Temptations of Cleveland. They did their thing, and it also set up for the record label. They cut a deal with Relativity Records, which was their distributor, for their own subsidiary called Mo Thug Records. Family Scriptures, you know, this went platinum as well. You're about to hear a lot of platinum, a lot of gold coming, because, you know, according to RIAA, they still are, they're the number one selling rap group. You know, if you want to throw in their solo endeavors, it just really blew up. They had groups like Poetic Hustlers. Who else did they have? Mo Thug Family, Soldier Boy. Shout out to them brothers. They really did their thing on this one. You know, Too True. Shout out to Arch. Went down there and did some work. You know, Mo Thug album. Was this the one with Thug Devotion on it? You know, went platinum, independent, back in the day. Searching for Peace, Ghetto Blues. Crazy Bone had a solo. Graveyard Shift, can't forget about Graveyard Shift. Was a great underground Cleveland group. Got with Bone, Ken Dog, Soldier Boy. Yeah, they had some nice songs on here, you know. So continue on. You know, like I said, they had their own clique, producing groups out. Parade Hustlers, Night and Day was a nice little jam. Quiet Feel, and Trials and Tribulations. That's a dope song. So, you know, I can go on and on with Bone, because they got so many numerous songs and cuts and albums, solo and together. You know, just highlighting a few of them. You know, a few of the songs that you might get slept on. You know, things like that. You know, and while I'm here, we're gonna get back into some more local endeavors here, like this one, Cleveland City Crooks, Dead Wrong, my cousin Chronic Tay, Gang Wars, Young Guns, Currency, Satisfaction, Showtime, Sticky, dope album, executive produced by my buddy Rashad Jabri. I used to work with him at his newspaper, hip hop magazine called Planet Black. So we go way back. You know, they're my peoples. Like I said, my own cousin was in the group, so you know, check that out. Some of this stuff is on streaming services, some of it's not. You can check it out on YouTube if you can. Another one, oh, what's this? Oh, Cleveland Land of Scandalous, my album, put out with my group. Shout out to Kill Will, shout out to Dre Money. Dre Money got some new stuff out. Want y'all to go follow it. Check it out. It's on all platforms. This one featured a song featuring Busy Bone, Thugs and Thieveland. We got Where My Thugs At featuring Yuck Mouth. Songs like Dead Homies, PPP, on Execution Records, my label, Execution Records. You know, we still out here putting out new acts, new groups. Like I said, go follow Dre Money, like, share, and stream. We even was featured on this compilation movie soundtrack, Blood and Tears. Go check it out. It was in the Bay. We fucked with a lot of niggas in the Bay back in the day. That was like our biggest market, you know. Loonies, EA Ski, man, Mr. Money Loke, San Quinn, you know, a lot of these guys from the Bay you might have been heard of. Domino, Mac Mall, Scarface, Al Capone, 3 Times Crazy, Spice One. Yeah, check it out. From my good buddies at Dog Day Records out in the Bay. Go look it up. But Cleveland has a very, very extensive history. You know, as I'm going through the catalog, you know, it was crazy. Oh, can't believe when Bone dropped Leave Out with Bone dropped The Art of War, double CD. You know, back then double CD was the thing. This came out in 1997. Double CD joint. Look Into My Eyes was the lead single. You Ain't Bone. Of course, they had Thug Love featuring Pac, Mo Thug. Mind of a Soldier. Let the Law In. Man, it would clog up your mind. Had some hits on this, you know what I'm saying? Another multi-platinum album. So it was like multi-platinum. Cleveland got a long history. Columbus, even Bow Wow's, little Bow Wow's from Columbus, CO, multi-platinum. And in case y'all didn't know, Lotto, Big Lotto's originally from Columbia. So, you know, she claiming that Atlanta stuff, but she really from the CO. Getting into some solo endeavors now. Crazy Bone Thug Mentality, 1999. Man, this was a great album. It was a double disc as well. His first solo. Man, Smoking Buddha. Man, Heated Heavy, which was a classic. Paper. Man, he had 8 Ball MJG on there. Snoop Dogg, Corrupt. Of course, Lazy Bone. We Starving, E40, Gangsta Boo. You know, Gangsta Boo was fucking with them back then. Rest in peace, Gangsta Boo. The Marley Brothers, Revolution. This was a classic right here. Check it out. Relativity Records. You know, in case people don't know what Relativity Records was, it was really a distributor, part of Sony, subsidiary. They put out a lot of underground rap from the South, Midwest, like Bone. Swab House had a distribution deal with them. 8 Ball MJG, Mr. Mike, Tila, 3-6 Mafia. They was putting all that shit out there. So that's the history of Relativity Records. Outlaws, Fatal Hussein, Gangsta Boo. They had a lot of shit on there. This is Lazy Bone's first solo album, Thug by Nature, Ruthless Records. This is kind of slept on album, but it did have some nice songs on here. There's a song with Dub C on here. Song called Smoke. Thug by Nature was the lead single. So if you're a Bone fan, check this out. These are like the first solo endeavors of these guys. You know. And Crazy came back with the Thug on the Line record. Yeah, this was hot too. This had, I think this had the Sade song. Sade, I don't know who has a Sade song that she cleared and appeared on. Like, it's on here. Y'all want to check it out? Ride the Thug Line, They Only Knew. Gemini, Hard Time Hustling. You know, yeah, clearing the Sade sample. That was a miracle within itself, you know. So, I'm telling you, bro, we have a really deep history. So don't let nobody diss Cleveland. They wouldn't dare do that. You know, it's Busy Bone solo endeavor, Heaven's Movie. Also on Relativity, Mo Thug, Ruthless, Yes Yes Y'all, Roll Call, Thugs Cry, Platinum album. He also had the cover of The Source. Split the cover of The Source with Jay-Z. This is how anticipated this album was. That, you know, Source gave him his own cover, which Jay-Z split it up same month. The Roof Was on Fire. You know, this was a good album. He told me personally he wished he could have remixed it and do some other things on it. You know, so but it, you know, still successful. You know, when they was really expecting to knock it out the park. You know, multi-platinum album. So, you know, some of the solo endeavors they put out. Another one from Lazy. It's Not a Game. You know, some more. New Revolution. I can go all day, showing all the solo endeavors. Flip, another Crazy Bone. Yeah, CD. I'm from that CD era. Let's get these CDs. Good albums. The name of this was Gemini. In case you want to go back and check it out, you know, add stuff to your collection. I say I'm a historian and a collector. You know, this one, Thug World Order. This was a good one. This was one they put together where they had, let's see, Get Up, Bad Wiz Blues, Pump Pump was a hot jam. Cleveland is a city featuring Avant. Shout out to Avant, R&B singer. He was on Magic Johnson Records. So, yeah, we got deep history, y'all. On ThugsNHarmony, Resurrection. I think this is the one. Can't Give It Up. A lot of cuts. One Night Stand. Of course, the collections. My greatest hit joints. Check out at your own time. Liberty. One of Busy dopest albums was The Gift on AMC Records. I think Reggie Wright Jr. had something to do with this. Schizophrenic, Don't Be Dumb, Whole Wide World, Murderer, Be Careful, Friday, that was on the Friday soundtrack. Don't Doubt Me, Still Thuggish, Time Passing Us By, had some hits on there. So yeah, I get more in depth in the Cleveland hip hop history. You know, I try to be visual and show you guys some things, and you know, maybe educate y'all on some things you didn't know. So this is the blowdown for now. Your host Marlon, check it out. I'm gonna go by city and put some things down. So check me out. All right, one.